Hey everybody, I'm Bede, aka the Terrible Australian on Super Podcast, and welcome to the third episode of my DVD and Blu-ray updates. Sorry if it took me a bit long to get around to getting this third video. I've just had a very busy last few days. I had work, and also I had to attend a couple of short courses, and as well as I attend a couple of screenings as well for supermastery.com. So I've been and also cleaning my flat as well, and so I've been very busy the last few days. So it's only just now that I've actually had a moment to do my next video log about my DVD and Blu-rays, and let's get right into it. But first up, for this episode, as I said in the last one, this one's going to be focusing on some of the animated shows that I bought recently. Also, like a couple of weeks ago, at JB, they had another one of their 20% off sales, so I went down there and decided to buy a bunch of my favorite DVD and Blu-rays of my favorite animated shows. And so there's a lot here, but luckily, it's 20% off on each disc, so I got them pretty cheap for most part. And actually, on correction there's no Blu-rays in the. I didn't buy any Blu-rays at all. All these are just all DVDs. So let's get right into it. First up is, now I'm probably going to get a lot of shit for this, but I don't really care because I love this show. I bought the first and second seasons of Rugrats. I used to watch the show all the time as a kid. I can't remember exactly when it first started. I think I know I watched the very first episode. I think it was in the early or mid 90s, and I just love it. It's just such a great, fun little show, and I've sort of been wondering for a while if the show was ever going to come out on DVD, because when I was a kid, I bought all the videos for this show. But like videos, they sort of only had a couple episodes on them and all that, and they sort of had their own theme around them. But I sort of wondered for the last couple of months actually whether they were actually going to bring the show like on the complete series out on DVD at some point. And luckily, while looking around, I discovered that the show is getting the first and second seasons were coming out on DVD here in Australia. So I'm really happy about that. And luckily, I only just found out about this yesterday. The third and fourth seasons of the show are going to be out in April, so I'll be definitely going to be buying those. Like I said, it's a great show. It's a fun show, and even as an adult, I still think it's a lot of fun, and I can't wait to revisit this show once again. So that's the first and second season of Rugrats. Now, next up is season 12 of Family Guy. Now, I love Family Guy. I think it is a really good show. Like, I know it, like a lot of shows, especially a show like this, it's going to have its hit and miss episodes. I haven't gotten around to season 12 because I've sort of only been watching episodes of season 10 for this one at random points, so I haven't seen this one as well as seasons 10 and 11 all the way through, so I have to sort of do a binge watch on this season plus the other two previous seasons, I should say. Yeah, so I guess you could say this is a bit of a blind buy, but if this was I wouldn't do this if it were a show I hadn't seen before. But since it's Family Guy and I like the show, I can understand why a lot of people don't like it and think that the quality's gone down a bit. But I still enjoy the show. It gives me a couple of good laughs. So, and I look forward to checking out this season. So, another blind buy, only because I haven't got around to seeing this season yet, and that is Robot Chicken Season 6. I've seen the other 5 seasons. I really enjoy the show, but I have to admit, I think the first season for me is still the best season. I think at the time when I first saw that season, I never laughed so hard at any show up to that point. And the second, third, fourth, and fifth, they're still pretty good, and they do have a lot of funny moments, but I can sort of tell that the quality has gone down a bit with each season since the first one, and they sort of rely more on sort of toilet humor and slapstick and stuff like that instead of the sort of satirical stuff of the first season. Not to say that that's bad. The following seasons after the first one sort of focus more on that. Um, so, and interesting enough, all the other shows were all blind buys. I never saw a single episode of Robot Chicken until I bought the first season, and so I've been doing that for every single season since then, and as well as the Star Wars specials as well. So I definitely look forward to checking out season 6. Will it be? I don't know if I haven't heard of how this season has gone in terms of qualities, but I expect more of the same like the last few seasons. But I would love it if it sort of went back to sort of the how it did in the first season. So, but I'll check that out. But I look forward to checking that one out. So, next up is season 8 of Futurama. Now, I'm a huge Futurama fan. I love the show. But interesting enough, I haven't had a chance to watch this season plus seasons 7 and 6, which of course are the seasons which the show came back and Comedy Central brought the show back after the sort of the 4 straight to DVD movies. And I know seasons 6, 7 are basically the 5th season of the show, but they're split down in the parts, so hence why there were seasons 5 and 6. And season 8 is basically the first half of season 6, the official season 6. I still haven't even had a chance to watch this and seasons 6 and 7 yet. I've sort of heard mixed things about it. That I've heard from like a lot of people and critics that there are a lot of really good episodes, but also there are not so good episodes as well. Like it's definitely not as good as the first 4 seasons. But I still look forward to checking this out as well as seasons 5 and 6 as well. I have to admit the reason why I haven't if you're wondering why I haven't got around to watching some of these shows or caught up with a lot of them, is because I'm a bit of a in the last few years I've been a bit of a slacker when it comes to TV shows, and it takes me forever because a lot of sort of things with moving and then a bunch of other stuff as well that sort of happened while I was watching a lot of these shows, and now I'm only just getting around to watching them again. So I'll catch up with this as well as all the other tons of TV shows I need to get around to watching as well. So that's season 6 of Futurama. I'll do a binge of that with seasons 5 and 6. Sorry, 6 and 7. I'm getting my seasons mixed up. I'm sorry about that. Typical me. Also is what's here? Oh, yep. The 15th season of The Simpsons. Now this one's been around for a while, and I've sort of been only just got around to buying it. The Simpsons is my all-time favorite show. I love the show. Like I know sort of from seasons 12 onwards, the series hasn't been as good as it was during those first 12 seasons. But I honestly think that like the last couple seasons that the show's going on at the moment are actually gone back, in my opinion, have gone back to the quality of those first 12 seasons. Not quite as great, but they're still really good. And season 15, which I wish I had I'll have to have a look and see which episodes are on here, but I took the thing off, so I don't know which episodes are on here. But you know, for my money, for seasons 12 through now, I should say 18 before it actually started getting even better again. Like it's still watchable, and there are a couple of good episodes. Nothing amazing, but I think, as a wise man once said, an average episode of The Simpsons is better than pretty much nearly all the stuff that's on TV in terms of comedy. So that I agree with, and I still love the show, and I'll definitely watch this one all the way through and enjoy it because I love The Simpsons. So I think all those out there who haven't watched the show recently, I'd say it's a good idea to go back and give the show a chance, especially in the last 3-4 seasons where it's gotten really good again. So definitely check that out, the show, if you haven't seen it for a while. And I definitely look forward to watching this the 15th season as well. And finally, for this episode is season 16 of South Park. And again, I'm about to say I haven't had a chance to watch the last, I don't know, 3 seasons or so of South Park because movies take up a lot of my life these days, and also I'm busy with other things, and also at the time when I didn't get a chance to watch a lot of these shows, other things sort of came up. So, but it is South Park. I love South Park, and it's a show that even if I haven't watched the season, I will blind buy anyway because I know to expect good things from it. And this season, I've heard a lot of good things about from friends who have seen it, and that there are a lot of really good episodes as well. So I really look forward to checking out this season, and as well as the previous 3 or 4 seasons as well, so I can catch up with everything. So, yep, that's South Park. Yep, that's everything for this video. Those are all the animated shows that I bought recently. Also with The Simpsons, I know season 16 of that is out now, and it's been out for probably a month or 2 now, so I'll definitely buy that at some point once the price of it goes down a little bit. But yeah, that's the end of this episode of my DVD and Blu-ray updates. I hope you enjoyed the episode. And for the next episode, again, I'm going to go with another theme, and this one I'll be talking about all the Blu-rays that I recently bought overseas from either the US or the UK. So that'll be the theme for the next episode. And I'll see you all then. See you guys. Bye.